Let's be real. You're scared of failing. We all are. But that fear, it's holding you back from the life you actually want. Maybe you're too afraid to raise your hand in class, apply for that internship, or start the project that could actually change your life. You tell yourself, what if I fail? What if I mess up? What if people judge me? Sound familiar? I get it. But here's the truth. Fear of failure is worse than failure itself. And lucky for you, beating it is simpler than you think. Let's break it down. Step by step. Here's the thing. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of it. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Failure is part of success. Think about any person you admire. Athletes, business leaders, creators, they've all failed, probably more times than you can count. Michael Jordan, cut from his high school basketball team. Thomas Edison, over 1,000 failed attempts before inventing the light bulb. Did they stop? Nope, because they knew this. Failure is feedback. Every time you fail, you learn. You get better. You figure out what doesn't work, which brings you one step closer to what does. So stop looking at failure as the end. It's not. It's the beginning of growth. Here's what you're really afraid of: embarrassment, judgment, and feeling like you're not good enough. But let's break this down. Judgment? Most people are too busy worrying about their own lives to care about yours. Embarrassment? It's temporary. You might cringe today, but in a year, you won't even remember it. Not good enough? Guess what? Nobody's good enough when they start. You get better by trying. So here's what you do. Write your fear down. Seriously. Grab a piece of paper and write the worst case scenario. What's the absolute worst that could happen if you fail? You'll realize it's not as bad as your brain is making it out to be. And once you face it, it loses its power. You don't have to face your biggest fear all at once. You're not jumping off a cliff. You're walking down a staircase. Start small. Scared of public speaking? Talk to one person, then two, then a group. Afraid of applying for a big opportunity? Start with a smaller one. Build confidence first. Small wins create momentum, and momentum beats fear every single time. Stop overthinking the big leap, and just focus on taking the next step. That's it. Here's a tough truth. Failure doesn't mean you are a failure. It means you tried something hard and it didn't work out. That's all. The problem is, you tie your worth to outcomes. You think if you fail, it means you're not good enough. But that's a lie. Your worth has nothing to do with your results. You are not your failure. You are your effort. So, let go of that need for perfection. Failure doesn't define you. How you respond to failure does. Here's the most important thing. Fear of failure only grows when you avoid it. The longer you wait, the bigger it feels. But once you take action, that fear starts to shrink. Let me ask you, have you ever finally started something and thought, wait, this isn't so bad? Exactly. Because the hardest part is starting. After that, you realize it's not as scary as you imagined. So next time you're paralyzed by fear, do this. Take a deep breath. Do one small thing. Just one. Action kills fear. Always. Let's recap. Redefine failure. It's feedback, not defeat. Face the fear. Write it down and expose it. Take small steps. Build momentum. Stop tying failure to your worth. You are not your results. Take action, because fear shrinks when you move. Listen, you're going to fail. That's life. But failure isn't your enemy. Inaction is. The only real way to fail is to never try at all. So here's your challenge. Pick one thing you've been avoiding because you're scared of failing. Just one. And take the first step today. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. Remember, the world doesn't need perfect people. It needs people who show up, take risks, and try. You've got this. Now go out there and beat the fear of failure, step by step.